the new Red Green Show! Coming to you directly from Possum Lodge, where every day's like taking a vacation. From reality, that is. Here he is, the star of our show, my Uncle Red Green!
Thank you. This is a real exciting day up at the lodge. First day of trout season.
Oh, I hate trout season. I hate that. Fishing shows make for bad television.
Harold, this is a fishing show.
It is?
Yeah.
Well, that explains the ratings. Okay, well, you picture this, Uncle Red. You and a bunch of guys sitting in a canoe waiting for a trout to bite a rubber minnow. Not exactly visual dynamic imagery.
All right, Harold, picture this. You wearing a paper hat making French fries. On today's show, I'm going to show you how to make a tackle box, one that you can actually wear. Ranger Gord has made sandwiches. I don't ask. I really don't want to know. And then Mike is going to try to relate his prison experience to reality. And Dougie tells us how to get women. Another stretch. Well, trout fishing season started at 6 o'clock this morning. We've already had our first arrest. Before the sun was even up, Bob Stuyvesant from the Ministry of Natural Resources fined Junior Singleton and confiscated his fishing equipment.
All of his equipment? Woo! He traded a 78 Buick LeSabre for that stuff.
No, not his fishing gear, just the aircraft lights.
Aircraft lights?
Yeah, Junior had mounted aircraft lights on the end of the boat pointing down into the water. Is that illegal?
Yeah. It's called unfair advantage. Because bright lights attract fish.
And government agents.
So is Junior in a lot of trouble?
Well, now that's between Junior and the Ministry of Natural Resources.
Oh, well, where'd he get the aircraft landing lights?
That's between Junior and the Ministry of Transportation. Mind you, airplanes shouldn't fly at night anyway. Too dangerous.
Well, it is now.
Later on in the show, Bill and I are going to do a little practice casting, getting ready for the big fishing. Oh, boy. Dropping everything, Bill, your sinkers and everything. Look at this. Pick them all up. Oh, Bill. Got all the lures snagged into you there. I guess you caught yourself. I'm not going to clean you.
Okay, this is the big one. For 2 solid hours with a wrecking ball from a Twin Six salvage. Uncle Red, you have 30 seconds to get Mr. Hammer to say this word. 30 seconds. Begin.
All right, Mike, promise.
Death threat.
Dedication.
Habitual offender.
Conviction.
Appeal.
Honor.
Amongst thieves.
Now, Mike, when a man and woman pledge their loyalty, that's called making a
conjugal visit.
Oh, she had a rifle on her dresser, a shotgun on the floor, a pistol in her pillow, and an Uzi by the door. She had enough artillery to start a conflagration, and when she threw her arms around you, you were pretty much there for the duration. Well, this being the start of trout season, I got out my fishing gear. There's a lot of it, but hey, I need it all. Because when I go, I want to stay gone. I don't want to have to keep going home for another hook or more bait or another fishing rod or magazines or ice or beverages or sandwiches or my 8-tracks or, in fact, any of my fishing gear. So I thought this week on Handyman Corner, I'm going to show you how we can make a pair of hip waders that will hold all of your fishing equipment. Hopefully, you'll never have to step on dry land again. Now, the prime component in this system is one of these kids' wading pools. I got this one from Junior Singleton because there's a hole in it that happened during a particularly competitive game of lawn darts. All right, first thing you want to do is you got to cut a hole in the middle of the bottom that's the same circumference you are in the middle of your bottom. That can't be right. I'll just round it off. once you got the hole cut the size of you, then you duct tape some shoulder straps in there made of duct tape. Then just pull the whole unit up onto your shoulders. That's why they call them shoulder straps. And there we go. Now we're going to have to separate this whole pool thing into little compartments, and for that, I suggest a piece of the vinyl siding. You know, you can get this, just peel it off of somebody's house, you know, while something else loud is going on, like, say, an electrical storm. Just be sure to wear rubber-soled shoes. Now you want to bend this to fit inside here and make all the compartments. I suppose you could measure this, but who has that kind of time? All right, I got her all separated into compartments here. Keep everything kind of separate there. And as you can see, I got my favorite pop here on ice. I got the bait in this area. Got myself some sandwiches put here, and got some small tools over in this area. You never know when you're going to need them. And you notice I've added some signs so you can tell what's what, because I'll tell you, on a hot day, and maybe it rains a little bit by the sun beating down there, it gets very difficult to tell the bait from the tuna casserole. I'll tell you, that was not a fun day. No wonder the fish weren't biting. And around the back here, I got my first aid, my magazine. All right, I can't seem to access the stuff in the back, so we have what we call a design flaw. This is going to take a major rethink. All right, you get yourself a hard hat, drive a spike up through that. We've all done it down the other way a few times, haven't we? All right, then take a roll of duct tape, stick that on as your bearing. Probably a lot of you have noticed that this is not really a hard hat. This is an Army helmet. I got it from the Possum Lodge Little Theater Group when All Quiet on the Western Front bombed. Well, maybe bomb is a little strong. Self-destructed, a little more accurate. Then I added some strapping, so these are a little bit longer. I got a hole right at the crisscross. Try to get that up and line her up with the spike. Get that right in there. And there you go, huh? Look at that, huh? Now we're fishing. Just like a lazy Susan, I haven't seen her since grade school. So remember, women don't find you handsome. They should at least find you handy. I'm going fishing. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Stay tuned as Ranger Gord gives the fire tower a coat of paint. Well, Bob Stuyvesant from the Ministry of Natural Resources has just arrested Stinky Peterson. It's the first day of trout season, and the only thing reeled in are Possum Lodge members.
Does Stinky qualify as a largemouth or a sucker?
Walleye, actually. Stinky was fishing up at Rock Reef Point by chucking sticks of dynamite into the water. Apparently that's illegal too, Harold.
Oh, wow, yeah, you know, they're so strict about those kind of things, you know. Yeah, it seems you're not allowed to catch unarmed fish with explosives or nuclear weapons. Yeah. You know, it's put a damper on sport fishing everywhere. Right?
That sarcasm, Harold? Sounded like sarcasm.
Not if I have to explain it.
Is it sarcasm or not?
Go fish.
You know, Red, ladies and gentlemen, an important part of the forest ranger's job is rescuing lost campers and hikers. You know, the forest is our friend, but a lot of people will enter the forest unaware of its potential dangers.
Babes in the woods, right, Gord?
Babes? Yeah. Babes here?
No.
Babe!
No.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Ow, ow! Babe! Where?
No, Gord, it's just an expression, actually. You know, getting back to what your earlier statement there, you've been up here 16 years. Exactly how many people have you rescued from the woods in that time?
You mean all together, in a bunch?
Yeah, well, how many, roughly, you know?
All totaled up?
Yeah, all total.
Well, I don't think the numbers are important, Red, really.
So it's none, is it?
Yeah, no, but I'm ready. Like here, for example, I have a nice light sandwich table, okay? And it's light because, you know, somebody's been lost in the woods for weeks on end, and you give them a heavy meal, an empty stomach, and you know what happens.
Yeah, all right, Gord, all right. We understand, Gord. Fine.
See that?
Thank you, yeah.
Okay, now, I'm even going to cut the crusts off here.
Fingers there.
Yeah? To make them even more digestible.
Oh, they look great.
Yeah, thanks. Now, over here, I have a nice punch for a bit of a mixer. Okay?
Yeah.
Like we'll pass out the name tags, get to know each other, where you're from, what you do for a living, how many people in your party presumed dead, how many people you know personally, like really know. How many? And then, of course, it's time for Ranger Gord's chili, and all I can say is thank goodness we're outside for that one. Then it's time for tea and dessert. And then to help them assimilate back into civilization, we'll play a little charades, a comforting game, you know?
Charades?
Yep.
No, Gord, you got people out there in the woods. They haven't had food or any shelter or anything for a long while. They could have medical problems, Gord. There could be dehydration there, hypothermia. It might take them a full week just to get back on their feet.
A week?
Yeah, a week. That's what I'm saying.
Wow. A week out here. Whoa, geez, we could have campfires, make gimp bracelets, sing songs, panty raids. All right. Who am I kidding? Nobody ever gets lost around here.
Well, I don't know, Gord. You seem pretty much out there to me.